This is Hino's Sport, bringing you that heat and far. We keeping the foot on the what on the Knicks. We keeping the foot on the what on the Knicks. And like the Tibetan Mastiff that I am, I'm applying what? Unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? It bursts his pipes. Let's talk about it, man. You guys see all of these Rudy Poo and Plum brains. Classic Dolce troglodytes. Ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric. They're jumping now back on the ship of the Charlo brothers, man. So now we talking good about Jermall Charlo. It's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, What was the narrative last week? What did Hino's Sport told you about pandering narratives, man? They have a ceiling cap. Once it goes up, it must come tumbling down. Let me say it again. Pandering narratives have a ceiling cap. Once it goes up, it must come tumbling down. And the pandering narratives always come tumbling down. And what is the tumbling down of the pandering narratives? It's as simple as this, man. Jermall Charlo was never ducking no damn David Benavidez. Jermall Charlo never had any issues with David Benavidez. Jermall Charlo always was ready to knock the shit out of David Benavidez. Now the narrative is Jermall Charlo's gonna knock out David Benavidez. These guys are cockroaches, man. La cucaracha, la cucaracha. Yo no puedo caminar. La cucaracha, la cucaracha. Yo no puedo caminar. They like fucking scattering ass cockroaches, man. Because 1 second they're telling you that he's ducking David Benavidez. The next second he's going to knock him out. Which one is it, man? You can't be 50-50, dog. Because when you 50-50, you get 50% of yourself. You have to be men and women with absolution and resolution. You have to be men and women with confidence, purpose, and an abundance mindset. You have to be 100% in your resolve. You have to be 100% in what you say. You have to be 100% in the notion. Not this 50-50 bullshit. This is what you get from these fence straddlers, man. That's why they are betas by nature. Jermall Charlo was never ducking no damn David Benavidez. But he made it very clear, COVID-19 test and catchweight, because it puts both fighters at a disadvantage. I mean, this is logical boxing sense. A guy never fought at 168. You want him to go to a weight class he never fought just to go fight one of the most hardest guys at the weight class? That doesn't make no fucking sense. Unless he has an Andre Ward lineage where he gets to fight at least 3 or 4 fights in that weight class so he can get assimilated to the weight class. Anybody that has boxing sense that's using the true boxing eye test that are not fucking casuals know this. You got to get assimilated to the new weight class. You can't just jump to weight classes. That's why in boxing there's the cardinal rule. They have weight classes for a fucking reason. Now Canelo Alvarez is the 168 pounder. Why isn't boxing fans demanding him to fight David Benavidez? We're bringing this shit right back to where it belongs. When you sit here and say, these guys, if they fight, do they get Canelo? No, it's not a fucking guarantee. Because Canelo's proven that he's a ducker, man. It doesn't mean that Canelo's going to fight you. There's no guarantees that Canelo's going to fight. There's nothing in any stipulations. There's nothing in any contracts that says that Canelo is going to fight the winner of David Benavidez and Jermall Charlo. So why are these guys trying to fight one another? See, that's the bigger question now. I get why Jermall Charlo wants to do it. But my thing is this. Why does it have to be this? And why do fight fans have to put themselves in this position to make it be this? Canelo is Canelo. This is what Mexican community fan bases tell you. This is the excuses that they take. It's a reverse biasism, man. It's a detractorisms. And it's a panderisms of wanting your cake and want to eat it too, man. You can't just want your cake and want to eat it too. You can't just have it both ways, man. This is not no fucking Mickey D's have it your fucking way. This is boxing. And they wonder why the sport is going to the gutter. They wonder why the UFC is taking fucking over, man. They wonder why MMA has dominated boxing. I'm going to start covering this shit, man. Because I'm getting sick and tired of the bullshit and fuck shit that's associated with boxing. Because when we sit here and look at these fight fans, they are the biggest problems with the sport. Jermall Charlo should not be fighting no fucking David Benavidez. It should be boxing fans challenging Canelo, Saul, Cinammon Alvarez to fight David Benavidez. When Cinammon said that he's not going to fight no more Mexicans, It should have been a slap to you Mexican faces. But see, Mexicans are so fucking dumb to their dumb. I told you, they're dormant black people, man. They are black people gone wrong. They are the black genetics gone off with their ilky fucking bodies. Canelo Alvarez, in his core, he's not fucking Mexican, man. He's Anglo-Saxon. Do you know what Anglo-Saxon is? It's just basically another Latin way of saying fucking Caucasian. Canelo ain't fucking Mexican. That's why he told your rabbit ass, and he told all these Mexicans, I'm not fighting no more fucking Mexicans.
Go ahead,
it's because Canelo's making it very clear. Y'all are inferior to him. He's using his white fucking privilege, man. This is why the Mexican community fan bases are so fucked up. Because this Caucasian guy, masquerading himself as a Mexican, a cinnamon dust of a horchata of Alvarez, is telling you guys that he doesn't want to fight no more fucking Mexicans. That should offend you Mexican community fan bases. Mexican community fan bases are the dumbest chalupa, tostada, burrito, and fucking Corona and Tecate drinking motherfuckers, man. That's why they always look punch drunk. Their boxing fans are even more punch drunk than the fucking fighters. Let me say it again. Their boxing fans are more punch drunk than their fucking fighters. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat truth teller fashion. When you sit here and say Canelo is Canelo, you are stupid as fuck. Not challenging this guy, who other Mexican fighters don't even fucking respect, by the way. But these fan bases find a way to say, you know, Canelo, man, he's such a great champion. I should have known these motherfuckers was snorting and sniffing the cinnamon dust ass crack when their justifications of telling you Canelo, the reason why he's good is because he's fucking handsome. We get it. You want to let us know your sexual orientation. We understand that. But the bigger picture is as simple as this. It should be Canelo whose ass is on the line against David Benavidez. We shouldn't be talking about Jermall Charlo, man. Jermall Charlo has done more than enough calling out, more than enough embarrassing and heavyweight lifting of opponents. The Sergey Derevchenko fight legitimized Jermall Charlo, man. So why is Canelo Alvarez again not being looked at as a fighter that needs to do heavyweight lifting? See, these fight fans have shifted this shit in a way that they shouldn't have shifted it. And you, Rudy Poo and fucking Plum Brains, you classic Dalton fucking troglodytes, you ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric, accepted this bullshit and fuck shit. Canelo's not the fighter that you think that he is, man. He is the LeBron James of fucking boxing. Really, in the depths of it, Canelo's an epic, the cinnamon dust of a horchata of an Alvarez fucking failure. Because he does not want to do any free smoke. He doesn't want to fight any real heavyweight lifting, and he doesn't want to take on any serious competition. So what's not cold-hearted about that? What's not unadulterated about that? And what's not the cutthroat truth teller fashion that's associated with that? But they get to make excuses for Canelo. Canelo is Canelo. What the fuck does that even fucking mean? Jermall Charlo and David Benavidez gotta fight each other. And see, what these dumbass fight fans don't realize, because they're dodo fucking brains, brain full of mush and brainwashed dodo fucking heads, is that even though these two would squabble it out, that don't guarantee they're gonna get no Canelo Alvarez fight. Because don't you guys get it? The harder the fighter is, the more Canelo Alvarez ducks. What I said was so deep and profound. Let me let that marinate in the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum. So hear me fucking well. The harder the fighter is, the more Canelo ducks. You guys are too busy watching Canelo hitting the fucking bag and showing so-called slick. And that ain't fucking slick. That's bullshit and fuck shit. Against what? Billy Joe Saunders? Anvil Yildirim? These ain't no real fucking fights. Now you guys wonder why the sport is shit. Because you guys don't challenge a fighter like this to do the real heavyweight lifting of fighting a Jermall Charlo, fighting a Demetrius Andrade, fighting a David Benavidez, fighting a Cato Plant, fighting a Dimitri Bivol, fighting a Arthur Benavidez. You guys are not challenging this. So because you're not challenging this shit, this motherfucker can see right through that, and he's gonna keep fighting these bum bashes and make himself fucking look good and keep collecting a $30-something million check. Because he understands that you guys don't fucking get it. And if I was in Canelo's boat and I was like the cinnamon dust of a Horchata of Alvarez, I would run the same fucking game on you Rudy, Pooh, and Plum Plum brains. You classic dotes and troglodytes. You ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric. Because you gonna support me any fucking ways. Canelo's not even fucking Mexican. When you look at him genetically, you see an Anglo-Saxon fucking Caucasian. Masquerading because he speaks Spanish from Guadalajara, supposed Mexico, man. That's why these Mexican fighters don't even take his ass serious. But yet you Mexican community fan bases, oh, Canelo is Canelo. What the fuck does that even mean, man? Anyways, I'm done with this shit, man. I'm done talking about this shit. Because you guys are just not getting the message, dog. And you wonder why the sport is shit. I keep the foot on the what on the next. I keep the foot on the what on the next. Boxing fans, man, they make Hinos the Sport want to do one of these. This is Hinos the Sport. Check it out.